Hello, this is our next set. We got 4 items today. And the first one is this nice Coke glass. We're going to actually bubble wrap this pretty good. We're going to take care of it like we normally would with anything glass. Try to really protect it the best that we can. I'm trying different things. I've got this new microphone. I don't know if it's going to work out. I'm going to try to post something tonight. This is being Sunday. If not, I'm going to try to work with the one I did before. I've got one from yesterday that I could not post because the sound was all me rapping. So I'm thinking of doing a voiceover and trying that so that it's at least where you can hear me. I don't know how this mic's doing, so we'll see how that goes. But even if it works well, then we'll move forward, and I'll eventually get that other one out. But I won't hurry because I'll have other ones to do first. We do have 4 items going today, and it's this glass. It's a stuffed bear, like a light, a globe light, and we actually got some window guards for I forgot Forerunner, I think. I'm not really sure which one it was, but we'll get to all of them. Those are most of them are going to be pretty easy. This will probably, in my mind, be the one that I got to take a little more time on. Hopefully the others, this will all go faster, and I'll get faster as I go. We will see. I do want to thank you all for coming in and joining, and like I said, I'm new to this, so bear with me, and anything that I can do to improve it, let me know. I am open to any and all suggestions, because I'm not sure really how this is turning out, but we're hoping it all turns out well. 1086 is where I'm going to put that in. I tried to get prepared for today, so I pulled all the boxes that I'm going to use for what I'm going to wrap and pack, so that hopefully I can speed things along a little bit without having to. I don't have a plan of what I'm going to say when I come in here. I don't have a layout or anything. I just talk as I go. And I'm trying to learn not to talk while I'm pulling tape, because I see that that's bad. What I listened to last night, all I heard was me ripping tape, so that didn't help at all. So we will stop talking just to the rip tape and go from there. Hope everybody's ready for the holidays. I know I am. I am going to use some of these. Oh, I didn't have everything ready, did I? I wasn't thinking about that. But these are the larger ones, so this will help, like, especially in the corners. Probably use some of the small ones also. Where did I put? There it is. And you'll notice I lose things a lot. So you might hear me asking where I put something, but that's just because I don't know. Okay. Oh, this ain't working. There we go. Okay, so we got some of these. I don't know that I want to do it this way, because that's, oh yeah, I can do it. So let's try this. Let's try to put this on the bottom to protect it at the bottom. And I can put some on the top, and I'll put the little ones on the side to kind of help that one. Just need a couple of them here. So we'll do these two. Here we go. Now we're getting ready. Okay, so we got the cover there. I'll put cardboard on top just to keep it nice and smooth. And I'll put some of these on the top and maybe around wherever we need to. But I think this, like I said, this should be the longest one I've got to do. Hopefully it won't take too long. Once I get this part done, it's pretty much wrapping it up. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I will put all this, the picture of this glass and the sale. I always post it in the top corner. I'm trying to figure the best way to get it where I fill the screen up. I know that my video, the first one I did, was actually not so good because it just looks like vertical phone on the horizontal screen, which means basically I didn't have a good full screen for y'all to watch. Wasn't really a great video to watch anyway, and I do appreciate it. I see I had 30 something views, so I'm very happy and ecstatic that anybody even watched it. So hopefully as time goes on, I'll have things in there that actually make more sense and look better as I improve upon everything. Okay, so okay, I'm going to put you on hold a minute because I didn't print out the packing slips. I shall be right back. Okay, I'm sorry that I thought I had this thing recording when I got back, but I didn't. I actually finished packing that thing. It was going to Douglas in Massachusetts for the glass. So the next thing is actually this bear. She's from the Bear Company, Annette Funicello. They quit making it when she passed away. From what I understand, I'm not really 100% sure of all the stuff, but now I've got to figure out how I'm going to wrap it and protect all this from falling apart. So, I shall be right back because I should have gotten the bubble wrap while I was on pause. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Had to get some bubble wrap, but I've also got to figure out what I'm going to do. I think I need to put her in a box somehow with some bubble, some air pocket or something. Let's see, what can I do? Maybe I will bubble wrap it. Try to keep her loose. So let's do that. Bubble wrap her. And like I do with the trains, just put something around that so that it keeps it a little more protected from getting squished. I'm probably going to have to use a little more bubble wrap. Well, yeah, I'll do it this way and then I'll do it the other way. So let's do this. Then we'll get some going around the other way. I really wasn't, obviously, as you can see in the video, I wasn't really prepared. And I didn't prepare any kind of, I need to work on a layout so that you guys actually see the whole screen, me included, and all that. Right now, I just grabbed the places I pack, and that's, kind of where I'm filming. Well, I actually borrowed the light from our photo booth, which I know if you're looking at our store, it's the one with the blue now. We use a blue background. I'm considering doing a different background per month, but I'm not sure that that's even necessity. I do know that we've been using blue for a little bit now, so it has worked out good. The yellow doesn't really look good. We got multiple colors. I'm not really happy with the yellow itself. So we will do the same thing. We'll get some of these large air pockets to protect her better than what we normally do. I guess maybe I've thought about just kind of like getting everything somewhat ready, so that when I wrap, I've got everything just prepared, not looking haphazard. But at the same time, that's kind of like acting like it's easy to do, and technically, it's not always that easy. And I will admit, I sometimes take a lot of time on some of these packages, more times than what most would. But again, customer satisfaction is my most important thing at this point, because we're still, what I consider, we're still branding our store. So, and we sell everything, so branding is really probably not the right word, but we try our best to have everything where it's smooth and good, and the customer gets what they want. I actually had a package I sent out at the beginning of this month going to Honolulu, or to Hawaii. Can't remember what city, but it's in Honolulu now. I did text or message the buyer, let them know that that's what we did, that it's in Honolulu. The last scan showed that it was in Honolulu, but before today, and it wasn't on eBay yet, the post office showed the 16th being the last time it got moved, and that it was in transit on the way. I just started really paying more attention, because most of our stuff gets there easily in time. But because this was sent out on the 6th, and here it is close to Christmas, it's due to arrive on Christmas Eve, I wanted to try to keep in touch with the buyer, let them know what's going on, so at least they're aware when it's going to get there. Hopefully, sounds like it's on time now. And we'll see. That's all I can hope for, is that it shows up on time. Okay, this one's going to Gloria in New York. And I always write a thank you on the packing slip. Just like most of the other resellers, I feel it's important to be personal about this. They're not just a customer. I mean, they're doing everything. Well, when they buy from us, they're doing us a favor, because we wouldn't even be doing this now if it wasn't for that. Okay, so this is going to Gloria. But I do like this. The video that messed up, I was kind of explained how my wife and I got started in this. I started doing sports cards because I used to collect sports cards and comic books. We had a flood in 2015 here in South Carolina. They considered it the flood of the century. And in that flood, my wife and I were with my father-in-law, and we lost our house, 2 vehicles, and everything in the house except the very few things that were high up. Okay, so that's this. Hang on just one second, and I'll continue. Okay, and then basically the next thing is going to be the biggie, the big item. Where did I put it? I brought it in, I thought. Hey, I got to find that. I'll be right Hopefully you can hear me from here. I'm just going out to find where I put it. Oh, there it is right there. I left it out in the living room. So this item's a larger item, so it's not something I can just keep where we're at. Okay, so the next thing we sold are these window guards. I mean, they're for a Forerunner. I couldn't remember what they were earlier, but they're for Forerunner. And luckily they were in a box that I've already got for them. Just got to put some packing material in it to keep it from moving around. But anyway, going back to where we were, what I was discussing. My wife and I, and this is by no means a quote sad story. It was bad, but it actually turned to be a blessing in disguise to an extent for us. We lost it all in the flood. My collection, I had over 500,000 sports cards, over 3,000 to 4,000 comic books, and it was a heartbreak at the time. But what we found it is we ended up having to move, of course. Moved in a great neighborhood, got great neighbors. Worked out good because, and nothing. This is the box, by the way. Nothing against where we lived before, but my wife and I wanted to be somewhere where we would retire and want to stay. So we ended up buying the house we're in now. And we probably wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for everything that happened. Who knows where we'd be. But it works out good. But when I started going back to the original story, I know I went off tangent. When I started collecting sports cards again, the only thing I wanted to make sure of was, because I wanted to do it, I wanted it to pay for itself. So my goal was buy what I wanted, and at that point also sell everything that you don't want so that it can self-sustain its own collection. And that worked out good. I started that in January, and then in May of last year, my wife had been talking about retiring. She did retire May of 2024. And so we talked about it and said, hey, why don't we see about expanding and seeing what we can do with just reselling in general. And so she gave it a whirl, and I'll be honest, I was thinking she would not be, she'd get bored with it, or it'd be too much because, she's retiring. She needed to relax. I said, yeah, it wouldn't last long. So to my surprise, she got addicted to it and started pretty much selling some things around the house to try it. And when we did that, we went to a yard sale and bought a couple of items. Nothing big. Of course, we didn't want to put a whole bunch of money into something we're trying. Who would? But we did basically go and bought at the yard sale, which this is what kind of helped us keep motivated. We bought a camera, a little portable camera. I can't remember the camera that we bought, but we bought it, and we bought what I call a wine cooler. It's the machine that you can put the wine in it. You lay the wine bottle in ice and water, and you turn it on, and it spins, and it actually cools it in about a minute. It'll cool the wine bottle. Well, we bought those for $1 and $5, and at that point we took them home and tested it. The wine cooler worked great. So we put that out, and I think she sold that for about either $30 or $40, $29.99 or $39.99. I can't remember which. That was an awesome hit for us because it wasn't a lot for most people, but when you're starting out, anything that you buy for $1 and sell for 30 works out good. Then the camera didn't have a charger, so I couldn't test it. I actually ordered a charger and extra battery so that I could test it out. That I put an extra 10 in it, so it was $15 I put into that. Tested it, it worked great. I showed a little video clip because I wasn't sure what to do on that. When I did that, believe it or not, everything worked good. So after I tested that, I put it and I sold that, believe it or not, for $130 something the camera sold for, which really surprised me. So basically we had 2 home runs right off the bat. I had tape. I wasn't as prepared for the holiday season as I thought. I forgot to get me some of the brown tape I usually use, so I'm kind of improvising to make sure that none of these are on the actual package. Anyway, so with that sale, it kind of kick-started us to, let's go to some yard sales. We did that. Well, we lucked up also again that at the end of August, we found out that the last Tupperware store in South Carolina, in the U.S., which happened to be in Hemingway, South Carolina, was closing down. My wife said she was going to go and check it out. Didn't expect to spend much. She came back, had put $300 into it, which was a lot for us. But at this point, I will say when we started this, we were smart enough to do a couple of things that they always tell you on the YouTube channels. We had our own bank account just for this so that it don't mix with our personal money. And between that and all the money stayed separate. That was the biggest thing, actually. When we did that, this package is now ready to roll. When we did that, oh, I forgot to put the packing slip in that one, so I'll do that later. I'll open that up real quick and do it again. And that is actually going to Britt in California. So anyway, she bought, in the long run, starting in the end of August, going all the way till December 23rd, I think was the last sale that they had. We spent over $6,500 in Tupperware. What helped us, we did, with the Tupperware, we did sell enough to keep us going like that. So every week, we actually sold at least as much as we spent, and kind of kept breaking even, at least minimally. So this is the next thing. Let's stop that and show what we're doing next. This is the next thing. It's a little light globe. And this is going to Angelica in California. Thank you, Angelica. Thank you all for your purchases if you do watch this. But at this point, I'm not expecting anybody to be watching. But anyway, we overall spent $6,514. And the only reason I know that is I kept track of every single Tupperware thing we were doing up to when I've got a spreadsheet, but I don't remember exact numbers. I do know what we spent because that was something I was keeping an eye on. But I will say after eBay fees and after, oops, that didn't go enough. After all the eBay fees, all the shipping fees, because we did lose on some, some of the shipping costs. After all that and the cost of the goods, So after all of that, the $6,500 we spent, paid back and all the fees, we ended up profiting on that probably about 11,000 and something. I'm not sure the exact number. I will get that and tell you in a future video. But it was over 11,000. I'm positive of that. So that wasn't that turned out good. We actually, at a certain time, decided we sold all last year and all this year, and then we actually sold to a local auction house the rest of ours of Tupperware. At one point, we were ready to close that chapter and move on and learn to do something with a new chapter. So basically, between everything we started with the camera and the between the camera, the wine cooler, all the Tupperware, and the little hits and misses in between, we were addicted. It is, I'll be honest, to me, the way I describe it, reselling is like gambling, because it is, but it's a way that you actually do have stuff for what you're gambling. Because even though you're gambling, you're buying merchandise, so you're hoping that it'll sell. If it does sell, that's good. If it don't, you do have something for what you paid. So it's not like putting your money down and losing everything, but there's a good chance of it not working out. So don't come into this thing thinking, oh, I'm going to do that and I'm going to make so much money, and just, I want to retire, but I'm not crazy enough to say I'm going to retire at X amount of time, because this is still a work in progress. I'm 60. I would love to retire as early as possible, but I'm looking realistically. I don't want to grow this so fast and get burned out. So we're actually just doing it one step at a time, saying, okay, if I can retire at 65, maybe we'll do that. If I can retire at a certain time and not actually pull out like Social Security, hold off till I'm 67 for that, then we can do that, and I can work part-time, or at that point I can still work somewhat full-time until then. But I do want to eventually be able to spend more time helping my wife, because she does most of the listing, the buying, because with me working, I don't really have a lot of time other than the weekends. And of course, with her working all week on this, even though she's retired, she spends more time than I think she should. But she's doing that for me to try to help me get to that point. So we have a great marriage in that sense. She's, a lot of spouses may not support them. I've heard that. But mine is supporting me 100%, trying to help as best she can to get me to the point of being home, so that we can spend more time together doing the thing we love, which happens to be reselling now. But that is, like I said, the big thing you need to look at is, if you plan on doing this, and I'm nobody to give advice yet. I'm still learning. Granted, I've been at it for a couple of years now, or going on 2 years. This will be 2 years come January. But at the same time, I'm still learning. I'm still fresh. What I plan on doing is actually showing I'm going to, before the end of this year, because I want to get all of our data from last year, as well as all of the data from this year. And I kind of want to show y'all more information about where we were and where we are now, and what we do. I will say we put most every bit of, we've kind of put all of our money back into the business, because especially starting out, you're going to pretty much have to. I mean, when we started, we had no extra money to really be able to do this, other than going to a yard sale, getting $1 here, $1 there. But we lucked up and found some connections to be able to work for the future, and it has worked so great for us. So we got nothing to complain about at this point. So this being the last package, I do appreciate everybody that does watch this. You don't know what this means. Just seeing somebody that somebody actually did watch it, it just makes my day, because I don't expect anything. But this is the start, because I want to come get stuff lined up to where I can show more than just packing. But to start this channel, again, I do follow some of the YouTubers, not just resellers, but YouTubers in general. And the biggest advice, and I think it's the right, is if you want to do this, say start a YouTube channel. I'm definitely not doing it for the money. URL, I wouldn't be doing the way I'm doing now. But my main thing is I'm doing this so that I can get our story out. That's all. I'm not trying to tell people how to do anything. I see plenty of videos out there giving you the advice, and I know in mine I am giving advice, but I really don't mean to be. It's just, like I said, I didn't plan on this. But basically, I'm here to tell our story of what we're doing, how we're doing it. A lot for my family and friends, just because a lot of them know. I don't keep it secret that I'm a reseller. I wear my shirt and my hat that we got that with our logo. And I will get on camera more, in the future, hopefully soon, with some kind of setup, because that's the thing. I need some setup. But I wanted to give a little bit of advice, not advice, of the way I do these packages, so that people can at least see other options. I don't know if mine's another option. Most of the people that I watch actually is where I got some of this stuff from. As you can tell, I even got materials from them to help me pack. So, but anyway, this is it. The last of my packages for the day. I'll try to see if I can get me on camera. So I thank you for watching this. Hopefully I'll have one. I'm going to have one as much as I can for every 4 packages. I think that's time-wise. That's where I want to be right now. May change as I speed up, hopefully, but 4 packages is plenty of time for me to spend showing you what I'm doing and talking, just running my mouth. But I appreciate it. If you do like what you see, or you have any suggestions, like I said, I'm new at it, and I want to know what people would like to see our story. Not anything, but I don't want any. I'm not trying to make this in a how-to thing of any kind. All I want to do is let people see what we're doing and how we're doing it. Because if somebody decides they want to do it, I want to show them it's not easy. It's time-consuming. I've been working all day, and it is almost 6 o'clock on Sunday afternoon or evening, and I got to go to work tomorrow morning at 3:30. I got to get up. So anyway, thank you. If you like it, click the likes, subscribe. Tell me how you feel in the message. Right? Thank you.